Oh, g'day, g'day. Here we are. 15, 20 minutes to kick off Sunday afternoon. Let's give you some insights as to what the bookie needs. Colts Titans, super well balanced, almost penny per penny. Diving in, seeing where the hot action is. There's not a lot of master money, but if there is some, it's at -3.5, and some tickles at +3.5, +4, and then even some buying up to 7 with this number just moving up. If I look at the overall money, both, a lot of this, well balanced, is at 3.5, 4, 5, 5.5, and then we're starting to see action come back the other way now that this number's gotten to 6. The total is all under action. Well, I mean, 72%, 84% of the master money, and that is under 43, 43.5. Looking good there. So well balanced. Don't want it to land on 5 or anything like that. But yeah, Titans just feel like good odds there. Falcons, Panthers, 4.5. Well balanced. Jesus, this is almost penny for penny as well. We're looking at about 61% of the master money. -4 got a big whack. -4.5. -4 got a big whack. +4.5, +5 is where we're seeing the other money. Even had someone buy it up to 7.5, laying 50 cents. Raiders, Commanders, 54% Commanders, 72% Commanders master money. What are we looking at? 68% on the over. There, no master money, and significant amount, like 78% of the money line there is on the Commanders. Packers, Browns. Let me have a quick. Holy shit! I was going to say this is the big game of the day, but no. Holy shit! What was? I'll get to that one shortly. Packers, Browns. Looking at 78% money on the Packers. Not enough on the master chart to really note there. Under is 77%. 72% on the over there from the masters. Tick on around over 41, under 43 is where that sort of money is coming back and forth. Shit ton on the money line as well. So I would have said this was the big one of the day, but I do have a big one. Browns. Browns is definitely what the house needs there. Vikings, Bengals. Looking at 59% of the money's on the Vikings. Well balanced on the master chart there. You're welcome, Damon. I know you've been following this stuff since March when we've been rolling around, so appreciate it. Just see where the numbers are at mainly. -3, -2.5, and then sort of +3. That's where that seems to be. We're looking at 68% of the money on the over, 100% of the master money on the over. Going over 42, over 41.5, and not a lot seen at the 42.5 number. Well balanced money wise on the money line there as well. So definitely going to need the Bengals and the under, but there's some really strong money on that over. Rams, Eagles, well balanced, but we're looking at 87% of the master monies on the Rams. Just see at what numbers this is. We're sitting at like 3.5 now. Yeah, pretty similar. When it gets to the +4, gets taken. -3.5, got a chunk. -3, -15, etc. got there. So definitely looking for the Rams to take down the masters there. On the over, looking at 82% of the money's on the over. Looking across the board. Oh, that was a big bet. Just come on the under Patriots. Big bet. Rams, Eagles, just looking at where that total money is, over 44, 44.5, 45 is where that's been at. So 45.5's kind of slowed them down either way. Money line, looking at 54% on the Eagles, but 67% of the money line bets are on the Rams from the Masters. What are we looking at? The prices that weren't around. So when they were like plus 225, 222, 215, 205, 200, this went down early and fast. And then buyback was at minus 166, minus 176, minus 184. This is probably one of the worst booked money lines I might have seen in my life. Definitely a lot of negative equity there. Got Steelers, Patriots. Just saw this total. So let me hit the side first. We're at 65% of the money on the Patriots. Steelers. 53% of the master money's on the Patriots. Just dive in. There was like a 40K bet just come in on the under 44.5. Solid. So that just disrupted that. Let me see. So we're now looking at 60% on the under, 92% of the master money on the under, and this is at under 44.5 is where that number's that action's sitting. Super well balanced money line. Jets, Buccaneers. Yeah, Jets are Jets. We're looking at 63% of the money's on the Jets. 68% of the master money's on the Jets. Like plus 7, plus 7.5, there's a lot, minus 6.5. So this feels like a game. If it lands 7, ugly, very ugly. Total, we're looking at 76% of the money on the under, 100% of the master money on the under. And they're coming in at 43.5 is where that's at. So that's where 42.5 I'm seeing around right now. And this is the holy fuck game. I need to check into the charts here because there is some money on this game. Minus 1.5, just fucking accumulation. No. 2. I'm gonna have a quick look at this just to check what the. Yeah, this might be the one to look at. This is getting insane. So, easily the biggest game of the day, Jacksonville Jags and Texans. We're looking at like 86% of the money on the Jaguars, 99% of the master money's on the Texans. See, maybe they kind of, yeah, it's strong too. Yeah, so this is the game of the day. This is big. We need the Texans for a whole bloody lot. So while last night's Vegas Horse Pool Circa event, the same play of the day, I'll get to that the next game, but some serious money's coming on this Jags thing, and there's kind of enough on the Texans to show it up as well. On the under, 83% and 76% of the master money is on the under. Under 43, under 43.5, under 44.5, under 45 when it was spotted there. And the overaction comes at the 41.5. So that looks like, 45, 44.5, 43 are getting taken under. And there was some over 41.5, I guess, briefly, and that was taken. Money line. Yeah, like this is just screaming Texans. We're looking at 67% of the money line is on the Jags, 100% of the master money is on the Texans. And we're looking at plus 20, plus 20, plus 16, plus 15, plus 13, plus 11. I mean, they don't really exist anymore, but yeah. Broncos Chargers. This was the play of the week last night with Vegas Hospital Scott. Still the same. Looking at 68% of the money's on the Broncos. Oh, hang on. What the hell's going on here? Ooh, they came in plus 3. Who are you? 66151. You're a pretty newbie. Interesting. It's not a standout as much now, but it's a big one for the house. So we're going to need the Chargers because we're looking, and it's pretty much just one or two guys came in on the plus. The Broncos, which ran it up to about 76% of the master money's on that side now since last night. But this is a big game for the house. Nothing on the total. And the money line kind of balances it out a little bit there with 78% on the Chargers, 80% of the master. Seems like that flips as plus 35, plus 40, minus 37, minus 46. Again, not the greatest booked money line there. Seahawks Saints, we're looking at 78% of the Seahawks, 56% of the master money. Again, like more than about 70% of this is actually teaser money on the Seahawks. So it's all teased down to half one. I think it was plus one in some spots. 75% on the under, 83% of the master money on the under, and all the money line action is on the Seahawks. Cowboys Bears, well balanced master chart. 67% on the over, 75% of the master money on the under. I think everyone's just thinking it's Cowboys. This will go over again. But there's strong enough master money that's coming under 50 and a half. After that total ran from like 48, 48 and a half, 49 and a half, 50, over 50 and a half, and there was even some over 51. And then it seems like it's coming back down a little bit. Cardinals 49ers, like 54% of the money's on the Cardinals, 53% of the master money, total well balanced, 80% of the master money on the over. And money line is 72% on the 49ers and 67% of the master money is on the 49ers. And then tonight's game, 240s, like 73% on the Chiefs, 99% of the Giants money is the master money on the bottom, plus 6, plus 7, a bit of plus 8 they brought it up to there as well. Total well balanced, money lines all the Chiefs. And tomorrow night's game's pretty quiet, but let me just check the first halves. Like yesterday, found a sweet little first half play with Syracuse over Clemson. Pity didn't play the money line on that as well. First halves. Panthers. Oh, here we go. Ooh, Browns. 67% on the Packers. 99% of the master money is on the Browns. Plus 4. Bunch of players. Okay, go Browns first half. Any others jumping out? Jets, no. Seahawks is all one way. Totals, money lines, nope. So that's it. Browns first half. Chargers. Texans is the big one. And that looks like the key ones. We've got obviously some, gonna need the Browns big. Ooh. Ooh, where'd that come from? That's the money. Plus 7.5. Big bet plus 7.5 on the Browns. So even that one's now showing up as a game, data game. We're looking now at 68% on the Packers, 92% the master money on the Browns. Go Browns. Browns, Chargers, first half Browns, Browns. Bit of Texans is the big game of the day. All the best. Enjoy the games. Cheers.